We are all here. Citizens' comments. Are there any citizen comments? We'll open them at 6:31. Close them at 6:32. I mean 6:31. None. Okay. Approval of minutes from August 19th, 2025. Anybody have anything? We already corrected.
Name?
We corrected names.
Yep.
Jeff, nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, can I get,
I have a quick question.
okay.
This is covered in the minutes, I just don't remember. On the 1303 Lorenzo, did we give them a done by date, time constraint with that?
I don't think so.
18?
No,
Most of the time we don't.
we don't, I don't think we've ever given
Okay.
due by. They haven't they already made it smaller? I thought so. It looks small. It looks small. I think they've already have. Phil, do you know whether or not the barbecue
sign.
place, the sign has gotten smaller?
It looks smaller to me.
Yeah,
I think
smaller.
I think it looks smaller to me too. So, yeah.
We can always look at
About
the
this.
more pictures.
I thought,
Yes.
I thought the following week they made them small, but I haven't sworn to it.
I think it's small.
I did. I think it did too. So, okay. Can I get a motion?
I move we approve the minutes as written.
My second.
Okay. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. Item 5A, discussion and action on the certificate of appropriateness for 616 Lafayette. Mr. Bowman? Is anybody here? He's not here?
Yeah, I'll discuss it right now. We're trying to get the presentation up. I guess I can do a little bit of background while we wait. So the applicant is proposing to replace the windows and the siding to the home. The proposed work is on the rear of the property. Let's see. I don't have any photo references. But this is in a CH district, and so we don't have purview over this one, even though it's on the THC Historic Resources report. Because it's not in a HE or a CG, we can't.
Since our historic district was defined and we no longer use the 96 listing,
Correct.
he fell out.
So I did give a recommendation, but we can't act on it tonight. And my recommendation had very minor comments, just to avoid aluminum frames, retain the window trim, match the profile of the house. But still very small comments, nothing major. I would have recommended approval, but we can't do that.
Has he been notified, Brianna? Not yet? Okay.
Well, we can still give them a recommendation though.
We could, yeah, we can.
We can tell them what happened and.
I
ask
think,
them if
yeah,
they-
Brianna,
they
yeah.
It would please us if they followed our suggestions about that.
If he asks, maybe when Brianna talks to him or something, you might just let him know what Selena was suggesting. Okay, so that is a no action item. Item B, discussion and action on the certificate of appropriateness for 1715 Amelia. It's coming now?
So while she does that, a little bit of background. This is an amendment to a previously approved application. It's on the corner of Amelia and Berlin Street in the HE zone. It was a part of the 2002 THC Historic Resources Survey, but it was listed as a low contributing structure. Let's see. So the previous design had the back accessory structure.
It's this one, the next page.
Yeah.
So, this is it.
You can tell that Nikki's a heart.
Okay.
Gives us everything we need. And more.
Yeah, so this is, just so you guys can be familiar with this again, this is the property, the existing conditions of it. This is the back inside of the house. This was a previous approved design, and this is that previous site plan. And what the applicant's proposing, because once they got the actual survey, the setbacks were a little different. So they had to reconfigure that back accessory structure, so you can see the difference between this old one and then this new one. The accessory structure is longer, and the carport that was attached on this corner right there is pulled up front. They're also asking to remove a dead pecan tree and
These two.
Where it falls down in somebody's car.
One more tree.
Okay.
There's several dead
So
pecan
this
trees.
is the old sketch of it. This would be the new sketch. So just do a little back and forth again. The old one, new one. Here is the elevations of it. So he wants to construct a carport out of either steel or wood and then cover it with vines. That's where you see that greenery. There's some pictures that Mr. Conrad provided here at the bottom. That is how it would look with the steel and the vinery on top. He's going to be using the same materials, colors as before, and then that's the tree that he is proposing to remove. And on this one, I had minor comments. The carport should be located on the secondary street, but this morning Mr. Conrad shared a letter that Medina County updated the address from Amelia Street to Berlin Street, so that no longer applies. And then something about another comment: avoid using Portland cement for the stucco. Preserve, protect trees when possible. But with all that in mind, I'm leaving the decision of the carport material to you. The guidelines don't prohibit any steel from being used for a carport. It does recommend wood, but like I said, it doesn't prohibit steel either. So either way we go, I would recommend approval for either material choice. So, any questions or comments?
Okay.
So, Mickey, on the carport, would the posts be metal and the covering structure of the vines would
Well,
go?
actually, since some time has passed since I submitted that application, I started considering the wood framing, so it'll be wood. It won't be steel.
Are you sure you want wood? Are you going to do the yellow butterfly?
Yes,
It's heavy. It gets heavy
It'll be structured.
and thick. I mean, it. Yes, I know who he is, but I also know because I have butterfly vine too, and I know if it was on a wood fence, that wood fence would go away pretty fast. It's on a wire fence because it's very, very heavy.
It gets too heavy, I'll cut it down.
Cut it back. You can cut it back every year, and you still get that much more heavy the next year.
Just screws up to get it topped up, and topped out for the rest of the night. By the way, there's actually two concretes that one is completely dead and one is severely diseased. Those photographs there, the top, middle photograph, that tree is dead. And the one on the upper right, that tree is, it's got weeds, but it's so close to the footprint
Dying.
that I really would not like to have that tree so close to my property. So, it's on the back.
voting.
It's not what you like.
You didn't get any pecans off of that this year, I did. Okay,
I have no concerns or comments.
Mary?
I think it looked great.
Sounds good.
Lori?
I'm fine.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve.
Okay, and a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. All right. Item 5C, update and discussion on current code compliance and enforcement issues.
I'll go ahead and take this. So I spoke with Carl today and she had some updates. So these encompass all those updates. 1401 Isabella, there's no code compliance issues that she says are on the property right now, that everything's hooked up to as best as it can be. I don't know about the dog, but she says that if when the dog's outside, it is kind of the way it's supposed to be. So she did talk to I don't know if it was the son or the nephew, that she was going to ask if they could please reach out to the property owner, which is either the mom or the aunt, and say, can you please reach out to me because I'd like to know if you would do anything with this property and how we can maybe help assist you with that. She still hasn't gotten any response back though from that property owner. So that's where that sits. 501 London. So the bank now owns that property. So
Yep.
we are going to be reaching out to the bank to let them know about the code compliance issue with the windows on it. Just because I don't think that they're aware of that. And so we're going to be going ahead and reaching out. The bank has already put out a dumpster there and started cleaning up that property. So, and then they'll go for resale at some point. 1715 Naples. So this one, she says it was weird because they got before that. Remember the prosecutor had to like reset the date, but then he went back and they still haven't reset that date. So they're just waiting to hear what the prosecutor says on that one. So. And then 1714 Lisbon. No improvements been made, but there's also no code violation issues on there. That one, except for that the home is in disrepair. 713 Lisbon. He went to court tonight and showed that he has been cleaning up the property, and so they got the porch cleaned up, some other stuff taken down, and showed those pictures. Girl's not sure what came out of that, but she does know that he went and spoke to them on the 9th, so she needs to follow up on that one. And then 307 London, the code compliance reached out to the property owner. He recently took down those pickets, but she spoke to them and he said that they were just repairing those and they plan to replace them just as they were before. They went out there to mow the grass and they did pull permits to start repairing the electric. So I do think it's going to we'll start seeing something on it here soon. But as of right now, they're just trying to clean up what they can. So that's all I have for now.
Okay, anybody have any questions? I have to say, with 501 London, houses that are for sale in town now, the old houses that have some pretty good prices on them, when somebody buys it, it's usually the inside that has to be really fixed. When the bank gets this cleaned up, and if the inside is the way it was, and he left it that way, this will just be a property you would only have to fix the outside a little bit. Because of,
But we'll need to be diligent because whenever that property does get sold, they probably don't have the same plans that Mr. Meyer had. So they're probably going to have to, if they do end up wanting to do any kind of repairs to the outside or change anything to the outside, then they're going to have to come back to you all if it wasn't in line with the COA that was already done.
it was already put
Well,
out there.
since the bank owns the thing, are they aware that anything related to the exterior of the home and property changes before they put it on the market need to be addressed before they can even put it on the market?
No, I just found out that think own this property. So no, I need to reach out to them and let them know. Yeah, so I just figured that out. So no, they don't know anything unless they've heard like down the grapevine. Somebody I know a lot of people work at that live in town, so they may know from like secondhand, but we haven't had a chance to reach out to them to let them know that yet.
But you are going to.
Yes.
It's actually zoned the same. Right, except
Oh yes.
so it would be the same.
That house is zoned commercial.
Yeah. Historic.
Historic.
Every lot on that block, except for probably Lou's house.
Historic commercial. Okay, any other comments or anything? Okay, so we will move on to item D, discussion and action on certificate of appropriateness request for 1302 Fiorella.
Alright, this is for the replacement of 2 doors, railings, and the addition of 2 light fixtures. It's located in the CG district. It's a part of the 1969 THC survey and also a part of the 2002 THC historic resource surveys. The doors have been replaced already, but just wanted to give a photo visual of what it looked like. And this is along Paris Street. The applicant is proposing to replace the solid wood door with a glass panel door and stain it with that color like that's a sample that they provided. It's going to be a little bit darker. And then they're also proposing to add a light fixture above that door. On Paris Street, they're also replacing that door with the example you see there on the right side. They're going to stain it the same, adding the light fixture as well, and they want to remove these old wooden railings and replace it with wrought iron railings.
The doors have already been done.
Yes. So the only comment I had in my letter is that although the proposed doors do match the size and proportions of the existing doors, the full glass panes don't reflect the character of the historic structure. On all these windows and transoms, they have the sashes or the muntins, and with those new doors, it kind of takes away from those. It doesn't share that same pattern. So I'm not against the windows looking into the business, but I was recommending adding some muntins or sashes to match the transoms and the 6/6 windows. So that is my recommendation.
Can you go back to the previous picture? What about the other door on Paris? Is it not changing to a window door?
It's in the application, no, it's just this door and that.
We have the property owners, Mr. and Mrs. Simon, are back here. If you have questions that they can listen to this.
Okay, let's start on this end, Lori.
I just wanted to know how hard it would be to add some buttons to the existing door.
I have the same questions too.
Same thing.
Just,
So it doesn't look so stark.
I meant, how hard would it be to?
Yeah, you want one of you step up?
Is it an impossible thing?
Come on. Don't be scared.
I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how hard it is to change. I have not had a chance to research.
So I
I
did,
think it's difficult.
yeah.
We did some
I did a little research on it just because I had a feeling that was probably going to be one of the recommendations. It just depends on what kind, because they have where literally it's like they come already like all square, and you just cut, and you put them on there, and then you nail them into the sides. Or you can, they have like the metal ones that you can make to look like, that you can paint to look like wood. Those ones also just like cutting and pasting. They have little kits that are on Amazon. Home Depot actually sells like the wood ones if you want to do real wood ones, and then you just nail those into the sides of the door. So it's really not that difficult. It's just a little
You would cut it to size, or I saw
Yeah,
the
it's almost-
plastic kits, and I was like, that's gonna be too
Yeah.
complicated.
No, they're like wood moldings.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so yeah, you have to cut it. So it's gonna be a
Yeah.
little bit more wood. You cut those to size. You put probably the center one first, and then you cut the side ones to size and space those out.
Yeah.
I'm sure Uncle Phil could
Or David.
Something left over from the construction project.
So I don't know if it'd be that difficult, but I think yeah.
I think she wants to talk.
On the one on Harris Street, see how it's so narrow, but if you put one going vertical, it's almost like there's not gonna be a glass. I've seen on what is it, Elevate Store and Magnolia Store, they just have one that goes across.
Across,
Yeah,
yeah.
not that one that goes
Yeah.
vertical. Would that be okay?
For this one, it would, but I would recommend maybe like spacing, having three, side lights, just to,
Three across.
yes, ma'am.
Three glass panels.
Yes. It would.
Oh, three
Oh,
glass
I see.
panels or three,
So, let me see if I.
three doors? Oh, yeah, okay. I guess I can just.
Okay, you see my mouse?
Yeah.
So this one, probably one here, and then one here. So it divides this glass into three, sections on each window.
And no, the
And
And no
the
middle.
one, that would be something else we could do. It still fits with, there's three sections of the window here. That would be
Yeah,
another.
just a weird name.
Yeah, I think that's doable. I mean, Any recommendation on the other window, the other door?
Kind of the same thing, yeah. That,
Like,
that's even
Well, that one would probably be okay with the middle.
with the middle one down, yes.
Because
And
it's
then,
wider.
and then divide it into three with one down the middle.
like 2 by 3. Nice.
So because of,
Oh, I see
so
what you're saying.
it might be better to match it, with, you see these, this transom window above, if it follows those, so it would be one here and probably one here.
Is that as wide as a window, that piece of glass?
No.
I don't think that's as wide. I think you'd probably just need one down the middle.
That's true. Yeah, so if you want to provide, we can work on site, the dimensions of these, and figure out what would look best, the spacing. Yes. Any questions?
Mary?
The lights look
The light?
great.
Yeah.
I think with the trim that you're gonna add, I think the doors look good. When I first saw the one on Harris Street, I guess because y'all have kids, I was worried about somebody breaking the glass lower, thinking that might have needed a little piece of wood down below, but I think with the trim boards, it'll look good.
No questions or comments. I think that works.
Same, the addition of the, yeah.
Muttons, yes.
All right, anything else? Y'all have any questions?
Oh, definitely. Well, if you just want whatever, Selena, anytime the rest of this week or whatever y'all, maybe have an idea, if you have an idea, walk with communicate, just to figure out what the best spacing for it is.
I'm not sure here. I can go after this meeting if you want me to.
Yeah, and just go look at it real quick, and just so yeah, there's no deadline for this, on the CAA. Okay.
Any more discussion? Can I get a motion? Nobody wants to make motions.
I'll make a
There
motion
you go.
that they approve with buttons.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. can we vote? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion passes. I apologize. We should have had Tracy sitting up here. I know, but it wasn't that late. She's our alternate. Well, she'd be sitting in for Lois. Who's not here. Right, so, okay. Moving on. Update and discussion on historic properties for sale.
I'm sorry, did we decide on the railings too, wrought iron?
Oh. No, we didn't, did we?
She didn't have any kind of altering recommendation on
No, I didn't
Oh,
find
okay.
anything also.
it. So it would be included in the motion that it was
Okay.
forward.
It was okay?
Just wanted to ensure that.
Are you okay with the metal ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
I
light?
said the lights.
And the lights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that, I just want to make sure it's covered.
yes, it would be, okay. All right, discussion on historic properties for sale.
Alright, so, there are currently 5 properties for sale in Castroville. 1350 Fiorella Street, 1403 San Jacinto, 705 Florence, 601 Berlin, and 905 Lisbon. I sent out notifications to all the listing agents. One acknowledged that email, and he is the listing agent for 2 of these properties, so that's good.
Let's be friends.
Yes. We also have, I had one potential buyer from 905 Lisbon. She reached out to me and sent me some sketches of what she wants to do with the property. She's on the right track. I'm giving her guidance. And so that just tells me that it's what we're doing is working. We're notifying these buyers that they're in a historic district and there's additional regulations that they have to follow. So it's just good job.
That's great.
Yeah. The one on Florence had a bid on it, but it fell through. So, little bitty house. Little bitty house. Little bitty house, yes. Okay, anything else on that? Nope. Okay, update and discussion on the Texas Historic Commission First Street Initiative. And this got funny, didn't it?
Yeah, so this is a program offered by the Texas Historical Commission. It's designed to help communities prepare to apply for the Texas Main Street program. And if you're not familiar with the Texas Main Street program, it supports revitalization efforts of the historic downtown and commercial areas. And it also helps participating communities get access to resources, guidance for initiatives. They provide on-site evaluations, design assistance, and funding for improvements. And that's all through the Texas Historical Commission. I do have that QR code. It takes you to the link to this program that we're discussing, the First Street Initiative program. Like I said, it's prepping us to get ready to apply for Main Street program. There's a fee. You have to have a designated person who's a full-time employee. But this pre-registration process, they give communities resources like how to come up with a survey for your community assets, how to inventory downtown conditions, how to collect and analyze local data that you can find online for free. So it's pretty much 4 classes throughout the year, and I brought this up to Brianna and Darren Ham. He had brought this up to her, and he applied for it, and THC approved it, but because he's no longer with Castroville, we have to reapply for it with a different point of contact. And the deadline is the end of this month, but all we have to do is fill out a change the point of contact form, get it signed by the city administrator, and then we should be good to go on that. So I'm working on that. Did you want to add anything?
Well, I don't know, most of us should remember when we tried to get into Main Street and we didn't. They turned us down because they told us, in effect, right, that Highway 90 is our main street and that's not going to make it for a main street. So even when I saw this in the magazine, that's when I brought it up to Darren, and we didn't know that she was already looking at it. And so it's gonna be good. I don't know that we would ever make it into the Main Street program, but this one would be a good program to get into. So I'm glad Selena saw it popped up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We attended, Marcy and I attended a THC conference earlier this year when we representing Landmark Inn. And the Landmark Inn was a grant basically for all the work that Friends Group had done in bringing forth the Chicago project. And during the same meeting, they did a presentation on a town that was successful in getting into those. And it was pretty amazing what they accomplished. I could remember which town it was. I'm trying to find it out, but I'll drop the name once I hear it. But it was pretty phenomenal. I also, just as an exploratory, if you ever get a chance, you should go to Schulenburg. And Schulenburg and Brenham has done the same thing too. They do what's called pocket parks. So you're probably familiar with what that is. And it was really a unique feature of both those towns, having these pocket parks in the downtown area. So Caitlin almost had a pocket park at her store when she would do the wine tastings, but patio and all. So it's a similar concept where they use those spaces for people just to gather and hold their own little happy hours and things like that in the historic setting.
Okay, any other comments?
Yourself, I think they changed the rules since Castroville last time, because it's directly related revitalization of historic downtown commercial areas. So there would not be a conflict with the highway 90.
Well, the article I read says this is a segue into Main Street. If you go through this program first, that it would be a segue into the Main Street program.
And they also changed it or updated the Main Street program to include like commercial districts. Right now, San Antonio is trying to get, it's called Silk Road, and it's just a part of San Antonio. It's not on the main street or anything, but it's a little zone in San Antonio that they're trying to get in the Texas Main Street program. So
Yeah,
they updated the rules, and so now
because back
they're
then
eligible.
they were pretty strict back then when we tried.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
We just wanted to bring this to your attention and bring it on.
Thank you.
Who's gonna get fixed?
Right.
Right, someone's sitting right here, right?
Yeah.
Do something
that's
else?
A little bit fun. We'll figure that out later.
We got to the end of the month.
No, that's right. For this part, Selena's going to be the representative because it's only 4 times a year this time. But if you get to the Texas Main Street program, that's when you have to have a full-time employee, and then so we'll have a different conversation.
But she used her name for this.
Yeah. Yes, and then Crystal is the backup just in case you can't make it to one of those 4 meetings. Crystal is going to be backup for that right now.
So you are going to go forward with this?
you already have.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
You went to a class last week, right?
Yes, it was a pre-registration class. They let us know, like I said, we meet 4 times a year. It's all virtual, and they're 2-hour sessions, and it's just them teaching us how to do, like, how to survey a community, how to find data online using a free resource. And once you have that, once I get that, I will share it with you so you guys have those resources too. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, anything else? Nope. Okay. Item 6, discussion on future agenda items. Does anybody have anything?
Yes. I would like to pursue the act of putting the 7 properties that were dropped off of the historic district after it was, redesigned?
As it was defined.
Yes, and put them back in.
Let Phil talk.
Today at city council, that question was asked of the city's attorney, the city.
Uh-huh.
And the city's attorney, and,
Jones.
the first name, not the second.
Dan
Dan, my brother Dan.
He's one of the principals of the law firm. And, because it's on a historic district, and you have to change that historic district, is the only way to encompass the houses. You can't reach out and grab a house and bring it in.
They could come in voluntarily if they wanted to. Really? Not even that?
Well, yeah, so just like because our districts are established through zoning, so, but it would have to be voluntary zone change into the district, just like, 1001 Alabama?
Oh, what the Smiths did?
Yeah,
Yes. They came in and
they
changed
came
this.
into our historic district just by, because our district is established through a zone change.
But you have to ask everyone individually.
Yeah.
And I know Carter Brown next door to us would have no problem doing it, but
Right.
it would be one thing that only voluntarily do, but the city cannot.
Because we do have one that is probably gonna get demolished.
We'll talk about that. Is there anything else that, was that the last thing? Yeah.
Oh, wait, but I think it's, I kind of interrupt you, but that question's already been asked.
It's been asked of what are we going to do with it. I mean, can we go ahead? I mean, this is going to be an agenda item, so I don't really want to discuss it now. But I would like it on the next agenda of reaching out to these people.
I just want to know, you do that, but also everybody.
You have to, you're talking about the 7 that fell off?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I guess since we're just talking about it, it's a little off the agenda item. But, so, now I don't know the address, but the one that's right across from the Dubois house, or catty corner to it, right next to Bean and Boba, it's that house that faces
The chamber.
the chamber.
Yes.
There you go. I'm sorry, right across from the chamber. That one, they put in an application to demolish that house, and because that's one that fell off of our list, I mean, it's not pulled up.
That's a shame.
Yeah, and so there's not anything we can do about it right now. And I know the new property owner, and he's not going to.
Does he know he's demolishing a historic house?
He does, and to be very frank, he doesn't care. So
Have they already purchased it, or it's just in the process?
they've already purchased it.
Which house is it?
And I'm gonna pull it up.
The little gray house right across the Angelo from the chamber, right on Highway 90.
It's been numerous things. It was a restaurant.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
It's a tchotchke shop or something, I don't know.
And that was a historical house.
Yes, it's on our 96 list.
So yeah, so it's right here, and I don't know what it's gonna be used for. They don't have to disclose that when they're doing the demo permit.
That's a shame.
I would
That's
have.
the one the antique store.
Yeah.
It used to
It
be an
used to
antique
be.
store.
Yeah.
You still owned by the same people?
No,
No.
they sold
They
it.
already sold it.
So yeah, they just came in and they just. I mean, we can try reaching out to him. I know the developer who bought it. He just does not care.
What's the current zone of it? Or what is it?
Commercial.
Commercial,
Commercial, yeah.
Essential commercial, I believe.
not commercial historic.
Yeah.
We asked the paper to do an article?
Just-
So just to let y'all know, because there's not much we can do. Like I said, we can try and reach out to him.
Are you able to disclose the developer?
Sure. It's Phil Altmeyer. He's Leon Springs Holding. He's the one that demoed that old car wash right next to El Portal.
What's he gonna make there? What's that gonna be?
That it's so when we put it was just like single serve tenant spaces.
Oh,
But then somebody told me what they called last week, saying if they could make it all one big open space because maybe some kind of like medical something or other. I don't know. The parking there does not support that, but
There's parking in the back of the.
Yeah, they did, no, they do, I made them put some parallel, is it in parking or parallel parking in the back to try and encompass more parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way this should be allowed to be done.
Exactly.
There's a process that we can go through to designate it as a local landmark, historic landmark. It has it in the code. It's just it has to go through that process. It has to get, I think it's 3/4 approval.
Of who?
I think it's city council. I need to double check. But and I think anyone can initiate that process, and it doesn't have to.
Be approved by the owner?
I think so. That's how the code's written. I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure there's a process to save a property that way.
I think that was the one when we were going through the UDO process. Do you remember Mr. Lee kept talking about how he didn't like that we could just designate the
Oh,
property
yeah.
historic?
Yes.
Because, we pulled it directly from this code, so I think you're right about that. Because he kept saying, he's like, no, I don't want anybody to be able to just say that this property is historic, even if
But
city
that's in
council-
but you think it's in our codes now?
Well, because we pulled, remember the historic guidelines were a mimic of what they were before. We didn't change those. That was
Right.
going to be a separate process. So if it was like that in that one, I would have to assume it's like that in the existing code.
What do you think, Phil?
I just remember Dan telling us that ask him, you need to go ask the city attorney. Because he was pretty emphatic there, because the zoning things are based on the historic district. The only way you have to expand the historic district to be able to break it down. You have to be contiguous. But he said that's virtually impossible to do.
Well, how could it not be contiguous when the property's directly across the street in the Moya Center?
Well, no, it could be contiguous, but again, you're going to, again, the state, when he said the state's not allowing the city to go around the property and bring it in. And so voluntarily you could bring it in, but that's really for Brianna to ask Scott, the administrator, to ask the attorneys, is there any way possible?
I've been holding off on invoicing him, like just so. But if I hold up too much longer, I know this gentleman. He's impatient, and he'd rather do what he needs to do just to get it done and to pay double the building permit.
Well, you'll need someone like Kyle to make the
How are you gonna just
request.
strap yourself to the front door?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we can all.
Yeah.
So maybe if you find that it can be done, maybe Kyle can get with you and get the process started.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll have to run it through the attorney and see what we come up with. Whatever we come up with, I'll try and run it through the attorney because I can hold off on invoicing probably to. He submitted it last week, and I can hold off on invoicing maybe to the end of the week. I know it's killing my permitting technician because it's all big and red in the system. She's like, "Do you know what we're gonna do with this?" But we'll hold off for a little bit longer, as long as we possibly can, because technically we don't have any reason not to invoice that property right now. So.
We're depending on Selena to look it up now.
First thing in the morning.
Okay.
So they've already moved out. Those people have already moved out. It's empty.
Yeah, it's empty.
I drive by it all the time and I never see it.
And Bob Lee asked me about it. He drove by and he had questions about the windows. And I said, well, because he didn't know that it was historic on the list. And I said, it was on the list, but it dropped off.
I don't understand how these properties got dropped.
So,
It's complicated, but we can talk about it afterwards.
yeah.
Just what happened is that, we all thought that the 90 sold houses in the 1978 survey would only going to go toward the program. And last year, after an extensive review by the city's attorney, they found out that 20 years ago, the city changed the ordinance that said that everything in the historic residential and historic business falls under your board. And only those properties, not those properties plus 98 properties. So there are 7 of those 98 properties that don't fall within the historically zoned district. And so when they say they fell off, that's why 20 years ago, if the ordinance had been made and said that it includes these properties plus everything on the 98 survey,
But how did the lines get defined? Because
Those lines were
But
defined.
they were
adopted-
defined back then?
We
in
adopted the maps in 2017,
17.
right?
Yes.
Well, no, actually, the lines were designed when this
Yes.
first map was established in 1975.
But we pulled the HLC and the maps together in
Yes,
2017.
but the actual districts were defined in 1975.
You're right,
Yeah.
exactly. But we got control over them.
In 2017.
But this ordinance was 20 years ago. I get what I
Yeah.
mean.
So,
That was something that nobody realized.
So we did get a little bit of blessings because y'all have control over two very large districts that y'all did it before, but then things like this that pop up, it's really sad that.
Yeah.
It's really, and we'll try and do what we can. I just don't know. Because you also have to think about, I know at the end of all of this, it's going to be a council has to vote to approve that, and I just don't even know if right now we have a vote to do that. So we'll see what happens.
okay, well,
You got 3.
I think it would have to be a super majority.
we'll do
I
what
would
they
assume.
did. We'll do what they did with Houston Square way back when. Your mom and her bunch put all the black stuff around Houston Square, right? And they said, y'all aren't doing anything. You're going to clean this place up. So maybe we need to put the dyeing ribbons around this house again and let the guy know what we think.
Put it in the newspaper, pictures of it.
Yeah.
That was the only one.
That's it?
And I heard future agenda.
Okay. Is that all on the future agenda items?
Nice.
Then we will adjourn at 7:17.
The town that was in the Main Street program has been successful again.
Doug, what did you say? What was it now?
Denton,
Oh, okay.
home of what used to be North Texas State, but now is whatever they call
University of North
it.
Texas,
The University of North Texas.
UNT.
Yeah,
I'm more.
renamed it Southwest Texas.
Oh.
So are you expecting winter down there?
I've just not been able to get warm in this room.
Because it comes right, hits you.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if I was talking, but.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yes. It's
At which one?
Isabella?
So, I just wanted to come by, my name is actually, so, local.
How we work and what you'll need to do when you start doing something?
Yeah, basically, I mean, I don't really have plans, my parents buying right now, so. Just, that's popped up and I saw the harvest store next to it. So,
Hey, I appreciate
yeah, so we don't have any plans yet or anything, but.
Well, we're glad you came by.
Thank you for coming by.
What was
It's in there.
involved?